Right. Hello. Hello. Let me fix my background. That's Magic Money, my other YouTube channel where we talk about making as much money as you want to make. We just have to flip our beliefs about how we make money. Okay, so I am here to help make sure that you can pass your insurance exam with ease and confidence. You can drop your questions in the chat box, and I'm going to share this really quickly on Facebook. I do try to go through every single question. Right now, we are small enough that I'm able to do that. We might grow big enough one day where I can't. So use the opportunity now to ask any question you've got about taking the insurance exam. And I will do my best to support you in this moment to help make sure that you can pass with ease and confidence. Live on YouTube now. Okay. So again, drop your question in the chat box and I will help you out. Come on, Facebook. Okay, beautiful. Okay, all right, coming back. All right, I don't see any questions in the chat box right now. So again, I'm here for you. If you've got any questions about the insurance exam, perfect. Okay, here we come, rolling in. Kiki, I took it again and got a 69 again. To be honest, the last times I felt so confident. Okay, you should feel confident because you are making a 69%, which means you're right. You're right there, like 1% away, 1 point away. So you should feel pretty confident. You shouldn't lose your confidence because you didn't secure a pass. You got the best worst score that you can get. So you want to celebrate that you're only 1 point away. Sometimes when it comes to taking the insurance exam, it's not that we need to study more. It's that we need to, why are you doing that? Go away. It's not that we need to study more. It's that we need to, change our mindset and shift our perspective. Instead of thinking of like, oh my God, I failed and it's like the worst thing ever, we need to shift our perspective and be like, oh my gosh, I'm only 1 point away. Keep that excitement going. As an insurance agent, you are going to face rejection and adversity, and you're going to struggle, and there's going to be difficult things, and you're going to be able to stand up and say, I can handle difficult things, and I'm still going at this. I'm still accomplishing this, and I'll do what it takes to make it happen. So many times when we fail the exam multiple times, it's so that we can build our character. We can build our tenacity, our strength to keep going when things are tough or difficult. And your story is being crafted and created so that there is, at some point, someday, you will share your story with someone and it will help them and ignite them and be what they needed to hear to keep them going on their track and on their journey. So trust that everything you're going through is for a reason. If you're at a 69 though, sometimes the difference can be just like a couple of struggling with accept questions. So you do want to make sure, go to insuranceexamqueen.com. Under the resources section, you can download notes. And one of the notes talks about how to handle accept questions, and make sure that you're handling accept questions. Additionally, a 69 can usually indicate that you know the content, but you are struggling with the way the questions are worded. One of the things that we offer inside the Gold Class Series package, which is the best way that I can help you pass the exam, I put it into my Gold Class Series package. It's available at insuranceexamqueen.com. It's $97. It's all the videos that you need to watch in order to help you be best prepared to pass your exam. And one of the videos at the very end is navigating difficult test questions. And it breaks down for you how to read the question and address it so that you can know that you're choosing a good answer. And that's available. You can't buy it separately. It's available in gold. It's taught by Peter, who's amazing. And yeah, so you could check that out. All right, Edgar. Question, can I insure a house that her grandmother is giving her once she dies in another state? Yes. Once she dies and the house is given to her, she now has insurable interest and she can insure the house. She cannot insure it as her own until she actually owns it. Now, if she's power of attorney for her grandma, then she can insure the house under the grandma's name and she could like own the policy in a sense. But I've seen that question pop up, and she does have to be the official owner of the house in order to have insurable interest. Indy, Melissa, memory trick to remember the difference between misrepresentation and material. Okay. Misrepresentation is a wrong statement, fact, whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean that you lied, but misrepresentation can also be something that's not quite important. Material misrepresentation is something that is very, very important. Okay. So like, for instance, let's say you're going, on a blind date. Something that is material would be like, they told you the guy's name was Bob, but it was actually Tom. Oh, well, that's not going to change. Do you want to change dating him because his name is Bob versus Tom? No, it's a misrepresentation. It was wrong information, but it didn't change your mind. Material misrepresentation is something that would change your mind. Like, oh, I set you on a blind date with Bob and you can go meet him at the restaurant. When you show up, you find it is Bobby and it's a she, and you're like, no, I only date men. That is material that would make you change your mind. No, I don't want to date Bob if Bob is a she and not a he, right? So that is an example of material misrepresentation. It's a piece of fact that would change your mind. So one of the ways that I like to think about it is like, if I have a long skirt, like a lot of material, and I cut the material to change it into shorts, it's completely changing the thing. And I don't want to wear shorts. I only want, like, I wear long skirts. I don't want shorts. It's something that would change. So material misrepresentation is you are changing your mind about the thing. It is something completely different from what you said. And it also, like, when it comes to insurance, material misrepresentation is something that they would have not offered you the policy or changed coverage if they had known that piece of information. So that's what it means in the insurance world. If something is material to them and you gave them the wrong information, that's like a no, because if they would have known the correct thing, they would have changed the policy, the premium, the coverages. So that's material misrepresentation. So materials, when something like it's like, no, I would have made a different decision if I had known this. So if I had known that Bob was Bobby and a girl, I wouldn't have gone on the date. But his name was Tom and not Bob. That doesn't matter. So that's not material. It's a misrepresentation, but it's not material. It's not going to change my mind. So material is something that would change their mind. The insurance company would change their mind about covering you if they had known this piece of information, whatever that piece of information is. Hopefully that helps. Denisha, I have the gold program. I wanted to know, do you specifically talk about Mississippi law, or do I just go to the content and actually look up what Mississippi laws are on the test? So on the website, as much as we can, we state that gold and all of my class series, gold, silver, bronze, are supplements to your state approved course. So Mississippi they may have changed the rules, but back in the day when I taught in Mississippi, they actually required that you completed a state approved course like Kaplan, Excel, 80 Banker, Exam FX. You have to complete one of those. We supplement that course. So we're basically the video lectures that you should have in those courses that don't exist. I've created those. So you use your state approved course with gold. Gold will supplement the reading so you don't have to read everything that's in the course. But the one chapter you do need to read is your state law insurance regulations chapter. So I don't, at this point in time, address any state specific laws. Now, all the class series package, bronze, silver, or gold, they all come with the state regulations class, which covers the basics of all state laws. So like every state has a Department of Insurance. Every state has a person like a commissioner or a director who runs the Department of Insurance. Every state has rules about licensing. Every state has unfair trade practices like rebating, misrepresentation, twisting. I will teach that, but I will not give you Mississippi specific numbers. You're going to need to use your state approved course to find those. Now, if you don't have a state approved course, you can look up every individual law. And we are working on getting state guides for every individual state, but we don't currently have that available now. Mike Scott, if you can explain the material in your own words, you are in a good spot to sit for the exam. Yeah. Denisha, I'm taking the life and health exam, by the way. Okay, for Mississippi, yeah. Okay, perfect. Still gave you the same answer for that. Edgar, sorry, I meant to ask, can someone insure a house now that will be given to them once their grandma? No, that's what I'm saying is she can't insure it now. She can only insure it once she has insurable interest in it. She doesn't have insurable interest in it until it is legally hers, or if she has power of attorney. So that answer would be no, she cannot insure it for herself. Her grandma would still need to have coverage for it because the grandma is the official owner. Now, those are the worst, probably accept questions. Karamancha Jot Bar, something. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. First time Washington PNC test on May 2nd. I am sending you all the loves and vibes of past year. With Washington, you want to be super strong in state law and then super strong in everything else. It's very heavy in state law. So you have to know state law really well. But then because state law is so heavy, you have to know everything else really well as too. So with Washington, I highly recommend the Gold Class Series package and getting super focused into your state law from your state approved course. Kiki, that's exactly what my boss says. Perfect. Hello, Kitty. I take my exam tomorrow. Hello, Kitty. I'm sending you all the loves, all the vibes to pass your exam. You got this. Trust yourself. Listen to the About to Test audio on the YouTube channel. Lizmania Beauty. Hi, I was just doing a PC quiz on my online class, and the question was in damage to the insured's home HO3 written under the base of, and one of the answers was open peril, but correct was RC. Okay, so when they're talking about, if I can see the full question, that might help me kind of tackle this a little bit better. But when they're talking about damage to the insured's home, how is that going to pay out? That pays out on a replacement cost basis, meaning they pay the full value of the thing, not the used or depreciated value of the thing. If I can see the full question, I can maybe better address that for you. Thank you very much. Jeremy, best way to understand own and non-owned. Okay. Do you mean hired and what is non-owned versus hired versus non-owned? Because non-owned is simply a car that you do not own that is not titled to you. But when you're looking at non-owned versus, because there's kind of a different definition for non-owned on the personal auto side. And then there's kind of another definition for non-owned on the commercial side. On the personal auto side, non-owned is a car that you don't own. It's that simple. But you may use it like a car that you do not own that you drive. Because otherwise, why are we talking about a non-owned car? Clearly, you got to be like driving it. On the commercial side, they usually talk about non-owned versus hired. And on the commercial side, non-owned would be like when I worked for ExamFX. So I used to work for ExamFX. That's where I got all my experience teaching about the insurance exam. They would fly me to they would fly me to another state and I would rent a car. And if I rented a car, they had to cover me, ExamFX had to cover me driving that car because I was doing it for them. I was doing for work. When I rented a car, in ExamFX's auto insurance policy would cover me as that would cover me and the rental car as a hired car. We were hiring the car to work for us if I rented it. If there were times, and this is true, where ExamFX would send me to another state and I would drive with my own car, ExamFX's auto policy, as me as their employee driving my car, on their auto policy, my car would be covered as a non-owned car because ExamFX didn't own my car, but they had to cover me while I was on a work trip doing something that they told me I needed to do. All right. Keith, Texas here. First week in the company and using 80 Banker to get some knowledge, but I'm still super nervous because it's too much information. Any tips, links, study material? Keith, highly, highly, highly recommend getting Gold. 80 Bank, like your employer, if they choose whatever course you get, 80 Banker, ExamFX, Excel, Kaplan, whatever. There are some better than the others, but at the end of the day, they're all kind of the same. They all suck. They all are a struggle. They're hard to get through, very wordy, big jargony words. But they're all very similar. So it's kind of hard to get through any of them. Which is why I created the Gold Class Series package. So if you can get Gold, which is all my videos, I have different levels. I have bronze, silver, and gold, and bronze is 27, silver is 57, gold is 97. If you do 97 gold, you get bronze and you get silver too, plus the gold video. So you get all the videos basically available, and you can watch them to learn the material, and it replaces the reading inside of your 80 banker course. It replaces the reading in Excel, Kaplan, whoever you have. You would still, depending in Texas, and in fact, since you're in Texas, it's not even necessary for you to complete 80 banker. Your course, your employer may want you to, but gold is more than adequate. And in fact, I would tell your employer this: get gold instead of getting 80 banker. Like, it's not even worth it to get 80 banker, especially in Texas. You don't need any course in Texas other than gold. And we have had many, many people pass the Texas exam using just gold. And I don't even cover Texas state law, which tells you how good gold is. So I would get gold to replace the reading of 80 banker, and then watch all the videos on repeat. And it's more than enough for Texas to only do gold. In most other states, you still, no, quit your barking. In most other states, you still need state law. Texas is only a little bit state law, which is why gold is more than enough for them. And all the Gold Class Series package, everything I offer is on insuranceexamqueen.com. So that's where you can find everything. And you can get the Gold Class Series there. It's $97. It's worth $5,000. Like, if you add up the value of what's in there, and if you had gotten this instruction in like a live classroom, it would have been $5,000 to get this. And you have 100 days access. And we also offer 3 live classes a week. So that each class should have been a $97 price. Like, every time you attend a live class, you should be paying $97 minimum. I mean, that's on a low end. You can find other instructors out there who are going to charge you hundreds of dollars to let them read to you from a textbook. I actually teach the material in a way that you can understand, and you have up to 3 live classes a week for only $97. That's freaking insane. $5,000 value for $97, and it teaches you everything you need to know to pass the exam minus state law. And we have a perfect 5-star rating on the Google. So if you go to Google Maps and you type Insurance Exam Queen, you will see multiple people say, get gold, get gold, get gold. It's what allowed me to pass. Jump into our Facebook study group. If you're not in our Facebook study group, you should definitely get there. I'll drop the link for you guys right now. And numerous people, why are you not letting me move? Oh, that's your problem. Numerous people have stated gold is what allowed them to pass. Gold is what helped them understood. And many people wish they would have gotten gold sooner. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, I was so stubborn. I was like, I just felt like I just need to keep studying the course, and eventually it would click. And it never clicked, failed 4 times. And in her state, it was $100 every time to take the test. She's like, I paid a car payment just to take this test, and I failed every single time. Once you can get gold, instead of paying multiple retest fees, instead of paying multiple renewal fees for your online course, 97 gold, watch it top to bottom, attend 3 live classes a week. You can pass the exam with that. All right, Gwen, thank you, Melissa. Today I passed my New Jersey Health. Yay, congratulations. I want to advocate for Medicare. Any suggestions on how to get started? I would join the Insurance Sales Queen group with Mary Harris and talk with them. I am all about the exam. I am not a job hunter or tell you where to go. I would highly encourage that you do your own homework. Just like anything out there, there are pros and cons, and there are always bad players. So you want to make sure you don't get wrapped up in a company that you really dislike. We also have on insuranceexamqueen.com, we have a couple of different people. Carrie, Carrie has a course on doing your own agency, and she does Medicare, and she also does, well, I think she mostly does actually health insurance, Affordable Care Act insurance. And then Melissa teaches about Medicare, and she has an agency, a remote agency. I believe you can work with her, Melissa D. Hall. But do your homework. Make sure you feel really good about the company. And then you can go to Insurance Sales Queen also and get some help and support there as well. But I don't make recommendations of like who you should definitely work for. You got to do your own research. Natalie, quick question, Queen. Which annuity stops when the annuitant dies? Life income. So an annuity that is pure life income or straight life, if it's life income only, the money stops as soon as the annuitant dies. Great question. All right, Melissa and Rise. Florida went from 40-hour to 60-hour course. I hope the test hasn't changed too much. Not 100% sure what you mean, but yeah, let me know if you have any more. I don't know what you mean when you said you went from 40 to 60-hour. Jeremy, aviation, best way to understand. Oh, owned and non-owned for aviation. I'm not familiar with that one. Like, but I mean, owned would be a plane that you own. Non-owned would be a plane you don't own. But aviation is something that's very rare on any of the exams. So that's an interesting question. What state are you in, Jeremy? Let me know. Lismana Beauty, thank you. That was the entire question, but I understand what you mean. Thank you. Okay, that was the entire question. The question was, is the damage to the insured home written under the base of? One of the answers was open peril, but that's weird the way they word that. I don't imagine you're going to see the state exam worded like that. I can see why you chose both open peril. I mean, I could see I would have been stuck on, if that was the way they worded it, I would have been stuck too. But then this is why we need only 70, not 100%. A couple states are like a little bit different, but you don't have to know every single thing. But replacement costs, I mean, base of, I don't see anything that makes me would think of replacement versus open peril. But yeah, that's a tricky question. Okay. Genevieve, I'm taking my life and health on Thursday in Texas. This will be my third time. I got 60 on my second try. I'm so close. You are so close, Genevieve. Celebrate that you're only 2% away. If you can get the, since you're so close, bronze would even be super helpful for you at $27. But if you cannot afford any of the packages, or you don't want to get any of the packages, at a minimum, download the notes on insuranceexamqueen.com. And then additionally, because there's free notes, there's also free games that you can play on insuranceexamqueen.com. And then additionally, the Kahoot games. Yeah, that's what I meant. Free notes and then the Kahoot games. If you can do those, that'll help you secure those 2 points. If you don't get any of the class series. Adriana, I know it's claims made policy, but I can't wrap my round in my, okay, wait. Oh, wait, hang on. I missed a question. Girl, I know you don't dive into commercial. However, can you best explain a retroactive date for professional liability? Your girl is struggling. I was hired in and we were doing mock calls. I know it's claims made policy, but I can't wrap my mind around it. Okay. So claims made is a policy that will only cover a claim if it is made while the policy is active. So if I have active insurance and I make a claim, it is covered. If I don't have active insurance, there's no, because here's the difference, right? There's occurrence versus claims made. An occurrence policy says we will cover any claim that occurred during the policy period, even if 20, 30, 50 years later, we find out about the claim then. Okay, so here's like for an example, like if you're a doctor and you perform surgery and you mess up, you do something bad in their body, but you sew them up and everything is fine. And then, but come like 10 years later, you find out that you as the doctor completely messed up. There was something wrong. You did the surgery wrong. You disconnected parts or whatever, and it's caused them crazy medical conditions and they trace it back to the surgery. If you have an occurrence made policy, it will cover that claim, even if it's filed 10 years later, because it goes back to when it occurred. The surgery occurred 10 years ago. So it's going to cover the surgery 10 years later because it came from the surgery 10 years ago. That's an occurrence policy. A claims made says we will only cover if the claim is made while the policy is active. So like if same situation, I perform a surgery, but 10 years later, that is enough. But 10 years later is when the problem pops up, a claim, and you don't have an active policy, claims is like, nope, not happening. Now, something that a claims made policy will do is add in a retroactive date. So what the retroactive date does is like, let's say I started doctoring in like 2022, like November of 2022, but I don't buy my policy until January of 2023. I I should have had coverage those first 3 months, but for whatever reason, I didn't get it together and I didn't buy it. If I buy a claims made policy and I'd say, I would like to have coverage back to November, there's okay, we'll put in a retroactive date. And as long as any claim, as long as I have a retroactive date to November, they will cover any claim that happened during that time I didn't actually have insurance. It's kind of a way of buying insurance in the past, because something could always pop up later, right? If I do a surgery now and seems fine, but it later is revealed that there was a problem, if that retroactive date allows me to go back in time, so it allows me to get coverage back in time. That's the retroactive date. You don't always have a retroactive date. You have to ask for the retroactive date, and sometimes there might be an extra premium on that. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. The best videos for claims made versus retroactive are going to be in the Gold Class Series package, and that's on insuranceexamqueen.com for the $97. All right, Zoe Hawkins, taking the PC test in Texas tomorrow. I got a 69. Yes, Zoe, if you have not yet read the free notes under insuranceexamqueen.com or played the Kahoot games, I would do those two things. I would also listen to the About to Test Mindset audio on insuranceexamqueen.com. And I mean, if you fail again, definitely get bronze, gold, or silver, help you knock it out for sure, for sure. But I understand not wanting to necessarily spend money the night before the exam. So get the free notes under insuranceexamqueen.com. Play the Kahoot games. Those are all for free, available on my website. Melissa, love using ExamFX back in 13 when I originally got licensed. I passed my first attempt. Now I'm using Insurance Career Hub. Many errors, both grammatically and information-wise. I have grammatical errors too, FYI. But most of my stuff is videos of just teaching the information. It's amazing. Ashley Coraz, is Gold good package to study for Life and Health Texas? Yes, it's all you need. You don't need anything else in Texas other than the Gold Class Series package. It's more than enough to help you pass in Texas. Edgar Rodriguez, does aircraft hull coverage cover wear and tear? Most wear and tear is not covered. I'm not 100% on that because, again, aircraft is hardly tested in most states. Remember, I'm like most common, most tested material. But generally speaking, wear and tear is not covered. So I would say no off the top of my head. I'm not saying that that's the correct answer. I'm saying if I was sitting down and choosing a test answer, that's the one I would choose. The only time we do talk about wear and tear being covered is for a scheduled personal property policy. When I like on a homeowner's coverage C, which covers all your stuff. Like, let's say this necklace is a real necklace with a diamond on it. There's limited jewelry coverage on your homeowners. It only covers up to $2,500 for the theft of jewelry. So let's say this necklace was $5,000 and I want to make sure it's fully covered. I would buy a scheduled personal property policy that would cover this for $5,000. And scheduled personal property does also include wear and tear. That's a one time that, like, you want to remember wear and tear is covered is scheduled personal property. I honestly have no idea about aircraft, but I'm inclined to say no, just because wear and tear is hardly, if ever, covered. Ariana Donald, I second gold is amazing. Yes, gold is amazing. If you have gold and you love it, throw up a 222. Put 222 in the chat box. I'd love to see a million twos. Asia, I wish I would have found you sooner. Yeah, everyone feels that way. And everyone feels like they wish they would have bought gold sooner. So jump on it now. Okay, I got the gold series. Yes. Natalie, thank you so kindly. Jeremy, just aviation. Are you taking an aviation exam, Jeremy? I haven't heard of that. But every state kind of has their own stuff. Oh, Georgia adjuster. That's why you go into aviation, because you're on the adjusting side. I do not cover adjusting content. That is Angela all day long. Angela covers adjusting, and with the Gold Class Series package, we have an adjusting one where you can get adjusting specific content. And whether you have gold or gold adjusting, she offers 3 live classes a week, and she always has one of them set aside just for adjusting. Mike Scott, I passed Connecticut PC based on the Insurance Exam Queen. Yes. Listen to her. As long as you can explain it in your own words, what she is saying, you will do better than just passing. Yes. Love it, Mike Scott. Makes me think of Michael Scott. I love The Office so much. Shirley, who is exempt from coverage under workers' compensation? Is there multiple choices to that? Who is exempt from coverage? Contractors, usually is one of the answers to that. So they don't cover contractors, day worker. There's a few, but contractors is a bigger one. They have to be like legitimate employees to be covered. Lesmina, yes, the lesson and quizzes are horrible. It's a local online school in Miami. Thank God I found you. Yes, thank God you found me. I'm so glad to be here for you. Ruby Corona, hello in Florida. I can't afford, but I used to work for Medicare, but I needed license. Use the YouTube channel, watch all the videos that you can for the health, get the free notes, play the Kahoot games. There are tons of free resources available for you. Hope, Grace, Mercy, 144. I prayed for a course, but your videos on YouTube are 100% better. Exactly. Ruby, Life and Health Gold Series. Yes, it's amazing. Judith, hey, Judith. Good evening, Insurance Exam Queen. Melissa Ann Rise, I meant the course hours for the license exam. I have to take my exam again because I don't pay to change my home state and have to get licensed. Now I move back. Oh, yeah. I mean, Florida loves to change and add extra regulations and add all these things. They're always... Someone in Florida is making a lot of money off of the way they do the exam. And so they keep changing it to keep making money. It's a big old mess in Florida. Linda, failed my PC 48% first try in Arizona. I have the gold package. I'll reschedule this exam and pass it with your help. Yes. Did you score that before or after you got gold? And if you already watched gold and you scored a 48, watch it again on repeat and make sure you are taking physical notes with your hand because that actually matters. If you are writing it down, it helps to actually put it into your brain. And it's scientifically proven that writing it out with your hand is much better than typing or just listening. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people with 222s. They got the gold. Asia, Denisha, Jeremy, Edgar, Lesminia. Yes, all about the gold class series package. Ruby Gold. Okay, so when you go to my website, insuranceexamqueen.com, there's gold plus gold quizzes and exams. If you want gold 97 is perfect. Like I all day long get gold $97. If you want extra practice questions, you can get the exam and quiz bundle. But gold at 97 is perfect. Kim, I got the gold series. I'm taking the VA life and annuities this Friday, but all I've studied is from your videos. You might Virginia, I don't have off the top of my head. I think it's relatively decent in terms of state law. So you might want to check out some Virginia state law or find out how much state law is. In the Insurance Exam Queen Facebook study group, we have put the outline of every state in the files section. So if you go to the files section and you download the Virginia outline, you can see how big the state law section is. Now, let's say you don't want to buy a state approved course to get the Virginia state law. You can actually Google every state law on the outline and find the rule that goes with it. And if you study those, then you could be in a good spot. Thank you. And buy gold. Yes. Elizabeth Estrada, are there any free practice quizzes you recommend for PNC? If you're going to do it free, my Kahoot games are basically practice exams. So if you go to the insuranceexamqueen.com, you go to free study resources. If you go to the resources tab and then free study resources, there are Kahoot games that you can play. And those are basically like practice exams. Other than that, I mean, there's Quizlet, but like you never know who uploaded those questions and if the answers are correct or not. So you got to be careful with that one. I think there's a couple of testing centers that Prometric offers a free practice exam. But it takes a minute to sign up for it. But I would just do my Kahoot games, to be honest. Ruby, thank you. This is a gift in life. Yes. Educate. Yes. Thank you so much. Edgar, any tips on memorizing what is needed for consideration, offer, and agreement in a policy? Oh my God. Yes. You must know the 4 elements of an insurance contract. And we do have YouTube videos for each and every one of those. But I definitely go the most depth in those in the gold videos. But you want to make sure, I mean, I would just memorize them. 4 elements: agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. Agreement, consideration, competent parties, legal purpose. I'm a fan of repetition, like repeat. Agreement, consideration, common parties, legal purpose. Agreement, consideration, common parties, legal purpose. For agreement, you want to know offer and acceptance. Agreement is known as offer and acceptance. Agreement is known as offer and acceptance. Agreement is known as offer and acceptance. So repeating yourself multiple times. So I would watch the videos where I teach it and then find statements. And I even repeat statements for you in the video. And many people will listen to my videos while they're sleeping. We are also on like every podcasting platform out there. We just clicked that over. So you can also listen to me on podcasts. And that's helpful as too. COLE is how I learned it. Yeah, there's an acronym COLE, but I forget. Yeah. Oh yeah. Consideration, offer, agreement, legal purpose. COAL, COLE. All right, Kim, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I have TD Banker, 80 Banker course, but they don't have just life and annuities. I don't need health. What should I focus on? I don't know what state you're in, but I don't know how they break it up, but a lot of life and health overlap. But depending on what I would need to kind of know what state you're in. But if you go to insuranceexamqueen.com and you go to life and health recommendations, you can click on your state and I'll tell you what chapters are most important, which ones are life and which ones are health. Savannah, taking PC in Ohio with Kaplan, and I feel like I'm failing. My boss telling me to rush through and I'm struggling. Savannah, tell your boss to get you gold and that use that to learn the information and then just take the quizzes in your course, whatever course you end up having. And have your boss to be like, listen, this lady has a 5-star rating on insurance for the insurance exam on Google. Look at all the evidence that she helps people pass. Please email her and get help to help us pass. If you want to support me and make sure that I am a loyal, trusted employee, please support and invest in me and check out what the Insurance Exam Queen has to offer. If they're not willing to help support you, then why are you working for them? They're just wanting to use you to make money. So say, I want to work for you. I want to be able to take this exam. Invest in me so that I can come and show up as one of the best employees. Remember, you are very valuable with a license. So if this is not the agency for you, if he's not willing to support you, if he's making you feel rushed, if he's putting all this pressure on you, get the fuck out of there and go somewhere else. Kim, thank you for Savannah. I have the gold package, but he wants me to focus on Kaplan test first, then the state, but I feel like that's setting me up. Okay. You cannot, if you're struggling to get through Kaplan, like the purpose of gold is to get you through Kaplan and the state exam. Some people think they have to do their state approved course, then they watch gold to pass the exam. Use gold to pass Kaplan. Like instead of reading Kaplan, watch my videos and then take the quiz. So instead of trying to read the text that makes no sense to you, watch my video, take the Kaplan quiz. So use gold to study and learn, go take the quiz, and just do that chapter by chapter. You might need to try and figure out which chapter goes with which video, but do that, and that will be so much more productive for you. So in order to speed through gold, in order to speed through Kaplan, use gold, and then gold and the Kaplan will help prepare you for the state exam. And again, tell him to email me and I will break it down for him of what's most important. Gene, I want to say Jim Bean. Jean Benjamin, 222 plus quizzes, fantastic. So she's got gold plus the quizzes. Shirley, who is exempt from workers' comp? I think it's employees or of casual and domestic workers. Is that correct? Not weekend worker or part-time employee. Weekend, I feel like I want to say, I'm not 100% on all the things workers' comp, to be honest, because every state's a little bit different. I definitely know contractor. I know that I would choose part-time is still covered, but not contractor. Employees of casual and domestic workers. What do they mean by casual? Domestic would be like a nanny. Nannies are covered by medical pay, med pay on your homeowners, but that doesn't, you can still get workers' comp for nannies too. So I don't think domestic is always excluded. That's a tricky one. I'm not 100% on that one. Angela Bryan's in the house. She's an ultimate study buddy. If you guys want one-on-one support, that's who you work with, is Angela, the ultimate study buddy. She is available for one-on-one tutoring. And she teaches our classes, the 3 classes that we have a week. And if you go to insuranceexamqueen.com and you go to live classes or one-on-one tutoring, she's the option there that you want to book with. She helps you to understand the information in a different way than I do, and it's amazing. All right. Katrina plays, I'm in Florida for PC and have been struggling with the state law section of the test, especially health area. Okay, so Katrina, go to insuranceexamqueen.com, go to the health notes, and then read the health notes. That will explain a lot of the information in a way that you can understand. But if you're strong enough in the other chapters, you won't necessarily need to understand the health side of things. But if you want to boost your knowledge in it, read the free health notes on my website to help you out. T. Shimon, hey Queen, just passed Pennsylvania Life on my first try. Woo! Your videos were very helpful. Thank you. Please drop me a 5-star review on my Insurance Exam Queen page on Google. I would appreciate that so much. I love you and congrats on passing. Ebony Ides, I just came to thank you for helping me pass my test years ago. Now I'm currently a claims adjuster. Thank you. Oh, awesome. When you say years ago, do you mean as the Insurance Exam Queen, or do you mean that I was in a class with you one time at ExamFX? Because that would be cool. Gabby, does gold go along well with Georgia 80 Banker PC? Yeah, gold. I mean, 80 Banker is one of the most struggly courses. So the text on 80 Banker is very hard to get through. And so if you can get gold, if you have 80 Banker, you really, really, really want to get gold. Yes. Zoo, we're working on him not barking. Hello, Kitty again. My boss makes me take the quiz every day, 100 questions for almost 3 months. Oh my God. Bye, boss. Like, no. If I don't understand the material, I'm not going to be able to pass this quiz, and you are draining my energy. No, 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 no. Tell him to email me. Say, you must talk to the Queen. She will set you straight on what I need to do to be able to pass. She is the expert on this. You are not. I want to follow the expert on passing the insurance exam, and that's the Insurance Exam Queen. I will set him straight on what we want to do. Gabby, I just got gold last night. Woo! You're in for gold. Comes with a 90% first-time pass rate. So like if you, and next time pass rate, like if you failed, and then you get gold, you have a 90% chance of passing the next time. So it's really, really a way that people are able to really lock in securing a passes with the gold class series package. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing any new comments. So if there's no more questions, that's fine. I will say adios. But if you have a question, let me know. Put it in the chat. I will help you out. And I just love you all so much. I'm sending you all the loves, all the vibes to pass my exam. And don't forget, I have another YouTube channel. So if you love listening to me, because so many of you say that, I love listening to you. I can listen to you all day long. You become my best friends. It's listening to your videos. I hear this all day long. But if you like, one of the things I am super passionate about, in addition to being passionate about the insurance exam, I am passionate about helping everyone make as much money as they want to make. And that's and then I talk about that using magic money. So I have another YouTube channel at Melissa May Dillon. And you could just Google Melissa Magic Money and it should pop up for you too. And we talk about all kinds of stuff in terms of making money. And it's an amazing channel to listen to when you're done passing the exam and you want inspiration and support about making as much money as you want. Magic Money. Can you make a video on the California numbers that we need to remember? We are in the process. It's on the list of things that we are doing where we will have a state law guide for every state, but it's not necessarily coming up anytime in the nearest future, not in the next 2 weeks at least anyway. So that's on the list. Brittany Ferris, I do so well on the tests that are straightforward. The moment I do a big test, my brain jumbles up. It's as if I didn't learn anything. Okay, so what you're probably describing, Brittany, is anxiety, like performance anxiety. Like now it's the real test, and now suddenly I have all this pressure and my mind goes bloop. So what you want to do is do some breath work. When you sit down to take the big test, you got to big deep breaths. Because what's happening is when you have that, oh my God, now I need to pass, our brains do not understand the difference of the fear between I need to pass this exam so I can have my job and a tiger is coming to eat my face off. So as soon as you sit down to take the test, your body believes a tiger is coming to eat you, and it shuts down your brain's ability to think because it wants you to run. So in order to get your body back to I'm okay, no tiger is going to come eat me, you got to do some deep breaths and calm yourself down and allow your brain to access the knowledge that's in your head. I would highly recommend also listening to the About to Test audio on the YouTube channel. So on Insurance Exam Queen YouTube channel, I have an audio about to test, and it's like this 5-minute audio that you listen to that helps you get in the right mindset. Additionally, Pam, you just said, wow, that's me. I have a whole playlist on mindset where we kind of talk about these things and to go more in depth into these things about your test anxiety and your struggle and the pressure and all this stuff. That's going to be addressed on the mindset playlist. So I would check that out. Shelby Wells, I'm taking my test in the morning. I'm so nervous. I'm in Tennessee. Any advice? Big, deep breaths. Trust yourself and listen to the About to Test audio on insuranceexamqueen.com. If you've already done studying and you've already done so much, the energy of cramming says, I don't got it. Like if I'm like, oh my God, I need to cram, you're basically saying, I'm not ready. I'm not prepared. But if you relax, take a nice bath, like do something you enjoy, have a glass of wine, relax, you're sending out the energy of, I got this. So I would encourage you to relax, chillax, trust that you got it, and listen to the About to Test motivation audio. Even like the night before, you can listen to that. All right. Brittany, heart, yes. Ruby, yes, so cool. Leah, I passed my life and health. I had to stop and take my breath. My anxiety was through the roof, but I did it. Yes. And one thing too is like, one trick that I would recommend to people. So when I was working for ExamFX and they sent me to these insurance companies, they would usually, the people would be given like usually only 2 attempts, every once in a while up to 3 attempts to take and pass before the job fired them. So I was dealing with people who were like high stakes, right? Like they're like, oh my God, if I don't pass, I'm going to lose this job. And this is the best first job that's offering me this amount of money. Like I can't lose this job. And so they're super stressed out, only given like a week to study and like freaking their freaking mind out. As soon as I began teaching, they were like, oh my God, I don't feel nearly as stressed out. But one of the things I would recommend that I would say to them is they're like, what happens when all my anxiety spikes when I sit down to take the test? It's going to be awful. I'd say, look, decide right now that you're going to fail the first time. Decide right now that the first time you take it is a practice run just for you to learn about the testing process, just for you to get the experience of what it's like. And don't put any pressure on having to pass the first time. Many times people would go in with that mindset and they would pull off a pass because they've removed the pressure. So treat it as if you don't need to pass this time. I'm just testing this out. I'm just seeing what this process is like. And many times, because you've relaxed enough, you can actually pull off a pass. Hey, BJ, hello all. I like the in-person insurance classes or remote classes where you can ask your instructor questions, especially state law. Taking my adjuster test next week. We'll listen to this. Perfect. Yeah, we do have live classes available up to 3 times a week on insuranceexamqueen.com. They come with the gold. So $97, all the classes you want for the next 100 days. But you can also just purchase an individual ticket for $17. Jennifer, I failed my Indiana PC test yesterday, 63, with the help of personal lines regulation for Indiana. Use Excel. If you can, get the gold class series package. With a 63, bronze might be enough, maybe silver, but gold for sure is going to help you knock it out of the park with the pass. Even though you may have gotten low in regulations, you can still boost your score up enough in other areas that you can kick it out with a pass, even if you don't get super strong in regulations. All right, perfect. Kiki, that's me. Yeah. All right. Okay. Any other questions rolling in? Let me know. And make sure you check me out at Melissa May Dillon on my other YouTube. I'll put it in the chat box. If you want to make, oh, my keyboard stopped working. Oh, because it's over here. At Melissa May Dillon. So that's my other YouTube channel at Melissa May Dillon, where we talk about mindset, manifesting, law of attraction, making all the money you want and more, changing any limiting beliefs that you have. Like in the last couple of years, my life looks 100% different than it did before. A complete 180. Don't say 360 because 360 puts you right back where you were before. A complete 180 of where my life was at before. I was in a rented condo, toxic marriage, shitty job that I did not like. And now I'm in a wonderful marriage. We just bought this amazing, well, we still got to wait for closing, but we just got our own big, huge piece of property. I'm so super excited. It's got 2 houses on it, 100 acres. Like, oh my God, it's magical. And I have amazing miracle baby. Like, my life is totally different. And I want to teach people how to completely change your life to a life that you love and that is beautiful and that is amazing. And a lot of people don't think that you have access to a life like that, or they think it's so far away from them. And I teach people how to get in sync with your dream life and be living your dream life every day. And that's at the Melissa May Dillon channel. Yes, I want that. That's me. My email for the insurance exam is support@insuranceexamqueen.com. But many times they're just going to refer you to join the Facebook group. Or to go to the Insurance Exam Queen website, depending on what you ask. But that is our support. I'm tired of making someone else rich with my work. Yes, make yourself rich with your work. That's what I did. In the Insurance Exam Queen business did $1 million. And I've been in business we made $1 million 2 years and 3 months in, selling my $27, $57, $97 package, helping people pass the exam. That's it. And I was working at ExamFX making $60,000 a year. All the money that I could have been making for myself, I was making for them. Now I make it for myself. I do it on my own. And I want everyone to be inspired by that and know that they can do that too, whatever their thing is. You don't have to necessarily have a YouTube channel the way I did it, but you get to make money the way you want to in a way that you enjoy. God bless you. Thank you. All right. Any other? Yes, I failed the Florida PC with a 60. I've scheduled my next exam at the end of the month, but I still don't feel confident. And I watch your videos constantly. Which videos did you get? Oh, look, I just made $1.49. Ha, yes, Brittany. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Send me money. Send me money. All the monies. I love the monies. I'm celebrate all the monies. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brittany. I really do appreciate that. Dropping that $1.49. I will take it. I will receive it. I love it. Thank you. All right, Samantha Ronk. I felt what you said about 80 Banker in my soul. I'm taking my exam for the 3rd time for Virginia PC. Yes, they are one of the most struggly ones. If you can get gold, Samantha, get gold. Replace the reading for 80 Banker. If not, at a minimum, guys, there is a 13-page document just on homeowners and dwelling under the free resources tab that explains it. It could probably replace the entire freaking chapter in Excel, and it's for free on my website. Why are you not reading that? Right? So just the resources tab alone is incredibly helpful. And then you can play the Kahoot games on there as well. If you can't get gold, there are plenty of free resources. Any YouTube video I could find. Okay, so Katara, if you can get gold, get gold. If you can't, read the student notes, and also just like maybe ask for help. Like somebody's like, this is going to help me pass my exam. It's going to change my whole life. It's $97. Could someone help me get this? Like, just put it out there. All right. And you can essentially do payment plans by getting bronze at 27, and then you can upgrade to silver for another 40, and then you can upgrade or 30. 57, 27, 57, 97. You could just pay the difference between and upgrade completely to gold. Like if you pay 27 bronze and you feel like you need gold, you just pay the price difference. There's a coupon inside there that allows you to upgrade. Samantha, I found your videos a couple weeks ago, took the exam, failed by 1%. First time I took an exam, failed with 5. My boss was impressed after watching your videos that I improved 69 seconds. Yes, keep going. You got this. Congratulations. Thank you, Judith. Allison, can you teach me how to work as an independent adjuster? No, I don't know anything about adjusting. There are many people who offer stuff about how to be an independent adjuster. There is one on TikTok who recommends me for passing your exam, but I don't remember her name. But there are lots of people who teach you how to be independent adjusters. I'm not one of them. That's not my specialty. Samantha, the 80 Banker info is good, but very hard to understand. I appreciate all your videos. Finger crossed, 3rd time is a charm. Yes. Shelby, I have gold. I'm hoping I win gold tomorrow. You got this. Linda, hands down, she's the very best. Thank you. Allison, how do I play the Kahoot? So the Kahoots, if you go to the website, insuranceexamqueen.com, and you go to the resources tab, there's a link to Kahoot. You click that, it's going to make you sign up for a Kahoot account, but they're free. Once you sign up for a Kahoot account, you'll be able to access my games and you can play them. It's easiest if you have two devices. Like if I have a cell phone and a computer or a laptop or an iPad, pull up the game, be the host of the game on one device and be a player of the game on another device. And that would be the easiest way to do that. You can also watch previous Kahoot games on the YouTube channel. Ingrid, hi Queen, took my PC without you, earned a 74, purchased a gold and jumped to a 99. Okay, you're talking points, not percentage. You need 105 and you got 99. I'm in Louisiana. We'll pass the test on Friday. Feel good about it. Yes, if you could jump that much with one watch, imagine watching them again, taking notes. You can definitely secure that the next time. Kahoots, yes. Judith, thank you for your interpretation. Yes. Joan took class in pandemic, did not take tests. The class was a little too fast for me. I've been studying on my own for 2 months. Now must started watching on YouTube. Joan, if you can get gold, it's going to help you skyrocket understanding the material. Lakeisha, I'm going to test for my accident and health exam. I have my life. I don't know why I didn't do it all in one shot. Many people feel that way. And people will always ask me, I only need life, but you sell gold, life, and health. How do I get just gold health? I'm like, you're going to want both. Just get both. I package them together for a reason. So many people wish they had done it all at once. So if you're debating, one test is better than two. So if you can take life and health in one shot, so much better than taking life separately and health separately. All right. Yes, both. Okay. All right. We're coming up to the end of the hour. And I can hear the baby is going to need me over there in a minute. So I'm going to send you all off. Normally I am on at 5 p.m. Central Wednesday as well. I'm not 100% if that's going to happen because I'm traveling tomorrow. So we'll see. But if not, I'll be back. Well, I don't know. I may be traveling a little bit. But get help in the, let me look at my calendar. Jump in the Facebook group to get help. If you feel like you need, it's likely that next Tuesday I won't be available. So I might be back on next Wednesday. I'll see about getting on tomorrow. Our flights are kind of early, but depending on if I'm too tired, we'll see how this goes. May or may not be on tomorrow. Definitely back on by next Wednesday for sure. May or may not be back on next Tuesday. Got to keep it up in the air. How do I get health only from your package? If you buy gold, life, and health, we keep life and health separate. So you can easily keep them separate, but they're bundled together for the same price. Even if I sold gold health only, it'd still be 97. So there's no price difference in getting just gold or just health. It's 97 no matter what. So we bundle it together, gold and health. And most of you are going to want both anyway. Even if you a lot of your bosses will say, I just need you to take the health exam. You take it and pass. They're like, well, now that you pass that, I need you to take life as well. Many of your bosses will do that to you. So it's better just to have the 100-day access to both life and health. That way, in case that happens, you have access to it. Safe travels. Thank you. Thank you. It is an amazing price. Seriously, gold is $5,000 value. We added it up. $5,000 value if I were to charge you real world prices for that. I don't. I'm out of this world. I'm magical. I don't want to charge you real world prices. I argued with my mentor who was like, why are you only selling this for 97? This should be 300 minimum. I'm like, no, 90. I want it to be very, 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 very affordable. They have already paid enough to get their state approved course, which is they're paying enough to retest. They're paying enough for all this stuff. They're waiting for their jobs to kick in. I'm not going to charge crazy prices. I'm going to give immense value for only $27.57.97. So I love you all so much. I'm sending you all the loves, all the vibes to pass the exam. You guys have an amazing day. For sure, we'll be back on next Wednesday, maybe tomorrow, maybe next Tuesday. Love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye.